Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So I'm going to do a winter weather wear theme for the base color. I'm using Paparazzi Divine Daydream. This is my first time to use it, but I picked it up a while back because I thought it'd be perfect for winter time. It's got little sparkles in it. It's really pretty. I also had picked up a stand just so you guys would have something nicer to look at. So it's my first time to use it. Never had one like this. Okay, so I'm first going to start with Maniology plate M341. I'm going to get this image right here. For the pickup, I'm going to use Maniology's Acorn B498. And I suppose it's a good as time as ever to try out my new scraper. I don't know, what do you call this, a card? It's kind of different than a card. I'm just going to call it a scraper. I think that's what it said on the thing. So anyway, yeah, that's going to be different for me, but I'll get used to it and hopefully I won't lose it. So we will do some nails and chat. Mm, okay. Don't feel like it took off quite as quick as my other one, but again, I'll get used to it. Okay, then I'm going to go to this plate, which is one of the Amazon plates. I'm going to get several items off of, or excuse me, images off of this plate. I'm going to start with the boots here. So I guess this, I don't, let me pick that one back up. I missed a spot. I guess this is the time for trying new things. Let's see. Because I'm also using a regular cotton ball, and I typically use my um, flat cotton pads. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to see how it would do with the that cotton grabber. All right, yeah, I have to use my lint roller, so I will have to get used to that part. Having not the lint roller, but just that it doesn't seem to take off the way my other one did. But again, I gotta practice. I know that sounds kind of crazy having to practice with a card, but you know how it is, like you get so used to something and then I'm gonna pick this up here, then you gotta just get used to it. Something or using something different. Okay. Let me see if maybe if I work faster. Okay. Okay. There we go. We're getting it. Except for that little piece. Okay, and then I wanted the scarf. Oh, it feels so different. Okay. No, definitely gonna have to use lint roller here. My apologies, y'all. Okay, I also want the hat here. Okay, and the sweater right here. Had to get a pull out my extra um stamper here. Okay, we're gonna start with this image. Now, you could, because there's so much details, you could really do a lot of things here, but I'm gonna try not to, otherwise we'll be sitting here all night, which I totally don't mind, friends, but I'm pretty sure you guys might like to go to sleep at some point. So just gonna do a little bit of reverse stamping here. Well, at least with not as, try not to use too many colors. So I'm just going into Color Vibe Whiteout. And for it, I'm going to color in the little poof here on the hat and the shoes, the ice skating shoes. Are they called shoes? Ice skates? Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I might also do that, the bottom part of the hat, because it's got that little poofy area as well. So I think I will. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to do the other ice skate and I'll be back. Okay, for the bottom of the ice skates, I'm going to use Maybelline Serene Steel. Again, I'm trying to tap to hopefully not pull up the fine lines on the image. These are ones you kind of got to take your time on. So I'll do the exact same on the other and be back. I'm going to use the same color and do the top of this. I don't know, I guess it's supposed to be a sock. Kind of looks like a stocking. 'Cause it's got that loop thing on the top of it. Okay, for the gloves here, it has some little hearts. I'm going to use Color Vibe in Pink Haze. And these are super tiny. I know I did. I definitely got over on that one. I think I need to not worry about those tiny ones and just do that bigger one if I can. Let me just try, because then the others are already done. Do you guys have trouble with the little tiny images? Oop, we got this one right here. I think I'm going to go between some yellow and green. So for the yellow, I'm going to do Pure Ice Showstopper. So my video that I did, let's see, it would have been the Cheers to the New Year's. I was kind of open and kind of talked about who I am a little bit as a person and that I want to kind of work this year on more of like a self-acceptance. Again, I feel like I'm just at an age to where it's time for me just to be able to accept who I am and not worry about what others may think. Just because I feel like I'm the type of person that has a lot of kindness to give, friendship, compassion, love. Um, and I feel like a lot of times I don't, it doesn't all get expressed because of my fear of being hurt or rejected. And I think that's kind of a normal human response because unfortunately, sometimes we do deal with people not being kind And unfortunately, I wish we lived in a world, of full of peace and kindness, but the reality is we don't. But all I can really do is my part and be who I want to be and treat others the way I want to be treated. Um, and I've kind of gotten to a point where I don't know about where y'all are at, but where I am, it seems that when I'm in public, a lot of times people's not very friendly. I don't know why, don't really know what it is, but I always try to be very kind and smile and use manners just the way I am. A lot of times I don't get it back. And so I'd be like, kind of like, well, what the heck is wrong with me? And I've kind of have come to the conclusion that it's really nothing to do with me. It's something within them. And I think a lot of us can kind of relate to that, that you kind of feel like it's not a you problem, it's a them problem. It's whatever is within them that they choose to not want to be kind, you know. All you can do is your part. Okay, so I did a couple more little things, and I'm gonna go to Maybelline Tropic Talks, bring in some green. But I feel like sometimes whenever you don't get the same back, it kind of makes you turn that same way. You kind of get into defensive mode. And I don't really like that for myself because it's not me. I'd rather just be able to be myself. And I feel like most of us as humans want people to like us. It's just typically the way we are as humans. Um, and of course, like for me here, obviously, having a channel, you are vulnerable and open yourself to all kinds of things. Um, I mean, obviously, it's in my shoes how I react to certain things. And I'm super appreciative for any kindness I receive. But personally, I don't want to be so focused anymore on like wanting to, being liked or whatever, just because again, you can't control those things. It is what it is. And that's, I'm not gonna, when my time comes, at the end of my time, not gonna probably really care about that. I'd rather just be at peace and be happy and not concentrate on all the bad things, right? But anyway, after that last video, it was just on my mind. And I was like, I want to share that as well. I know I'm kind of using, like I said, similar, the same color, but I didn't want to have to. We still have, I'm still got like 5 more stamps, so didn't want to take up all your guys' time doing all these. Oh, I meant to do that right there. I have to do something with it in a minute. But sometimes I'm curious, like, how do other people look at it? I think sometimes it just depends on personality. Some people just don't. They don't care. Like, it don't phase them or bother them. And I wish I could be more like that, but that's, again, that's not who I am. And I've gone through times of my different parts of my life where I'm like, well, what's my purpose? Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people look for what their purpose is in their life, aside from, taking care of their family and all that. I'm gonna try to do part of this sock in it, but leave those little patched area, or I guess that's what it is, a little patch looking area. But kind of like, like some people that are in the medical field. Okay, well, in my opinion, kind of got to be, m- I guess, what's the word? Like made for that. Like, emotionally, like I'm not. I have the heart to be, say, example for a nurse, but my emotions, I would you have to kinda be able to turn that stuff off, and I'm not able to personally. So, like, a nurse is kinda just like, um, that's their purpose, like, they're meant to be able they are able to do those things, and that's kinda like what I'm referring to. And that can go to into all kinds of different, like, fields work-wise, 'cause you do need to have a good caring heart, I think, to do those kinds of things, but you also gotta be a little bit emotionally strong. And teachers, like, that kinda thing, you gotta, you know, you should like being around kids if you're things like that. So I'm like, "Well, what is my thing?" Oh, I forgot those gloves too. Let me do those. Um, I think sometimes your purpose can change. So at this point, I kind of feel like just me being, trying to show kindness to people is kind of my purpose. As silly as that may sound, I don't know. I feel like me doing this has become a purpose for me, not for necessarily, um, even just for myself. I'm a very deep thinker, always have been. I'm a questioner and like to ask a lot of questions because I like to know things and drive my family nuts, especially growing up. They're like, oh my gosh, this is too many questions. Okay, I put some white on my brush tip so I can color in these little patch areas. But I'd be like, well, how am I supposed to learn if I don't ask questions? I think that's pretty reasonable. Just makes myself feel better probably, but I don't think I need this little thing. I'll have to let's see if I can get it off. I'll have to use my lint roller in a minute to get it all off. Okay, now we're gonna go to the boots. I'm gonna do the little poof area in white as well for these. And I also kind of feel like, it's free to smile, it's free to be kind, but when we're angry, that's taking our energy. Okay, for the main part of the boots, I'm gonna go to Sally Hansen Instant Coffee. And also, I think it's a really beautiful thing that a smile means the same thing in any language. Doesn't matter where you're at, you're all gonna know what a smile means, right? I've kind of wondered before too, like, am I in where okay, this is gonna be, this could go way far, but like, do I live where I'm supposed to live? I assume since this is where I'm at, but sometimes I wonder, like, was I supposed to like really be living like somewhere else? Do you guys ever think that? Like, where's the place that would suit you the most? I guess is kind of the best way to word it. And for the very bottom area, I'm gonna do LA colors in nudie. Listen, friends, I know you guys come here for the nail stuff and you get the crazy chat. I guess I figure if you want to watch and not listen, you could certainly pause it or mute it. I don't know, maybe you're here for the chat and not the nail art. That'd be interesting. Then you could just watch and not, or listen and not watch. Okay. Okay. So for the mittens here, I think I'm gonna do those. I think I'll do them in that in yellow, same one I used earlier. Also, I realized you never know what gin are you gonna get today. I don't know. You're gonna get silly gin, uh, serious gin, quiet gin. You just never know. I never know either. I just push the record button and whatever comes out, comes out. But I hope you guys are here for it. This one's getting kind of dried out a bit. I have of course, the backup of a different tone of yellow, but I don't like to waste. I try to get every bit I can out of stuff. I've always been that way. Okay, I'm gonna do the other one the exact same way and I'll be back. Okay, so for the poof parts, yep, going to the white. I don't know why I associate poofy things with white. It can be any color you want it to be, but I tend to do them white. Apparently, we're supposed to be getting possibly some snow here, which we're not like a snow area, but we get it every once in a while. But I don't like the snow, friends. I'm gonna tell you right now, cannot drive in the snow, so I don't even try. I just stay home and listen to the others outside sliding around because we are not used to it here. If I get on the road in some snow, friends, watch out. Okay, I decided for this to go back to the instant coffee color, at least for part of it. Let me kind of decide what all color do I want on this. Our weather's been nuts, which is typical because one day you need an air conditioner, the next day you need a heater. It's crazy. Our poor units here probably don't know what to think. Okay, I'm gonna bring in some of that yellow, but sometimes, like during the day, you can be wearing shorts and at night you're bundled up. And then I talked about it, I guess a week or so ago, we got the crud going around, the tummy bug going around, the flu's terrible. I'm not sure if it's like that everywhere or just like certain areas, but not fun. My daughter had gotten it. Yeah, was not good. Well, she's at the end, hopefully, at the end of it. Okay, and for the rest, I'm going to use Nudie. I'm hoping all these colors are going to go together. I don't know. I mean, not just for this, but like, because the other ones I have that green. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll pull together all right. And I'm trying to, just get different kinds of plates, so I have more to do with you. But I am, I purchase my own products. I'm not on any PR list. That would be wonderful because then I could, obviously could do even more, but just do what I can, um, or just try to think of new things I can do with plates I already have. Okay. All right. So for our hat, I'll do once again the poof white, and then I'll go into the other colors. So at any point, like in your life, have you gone through like thought process, like kind of like I've been was talking about, just where you're at the moment and what you're kind of wanting moving forward? I think sometimes situations we're in can bring that out. And I think you can have these kind of thought processes like at different points of your life too. I think it is common as you get older, but I still think other things you go through in life can also bring it out. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the bottom of this in the yellow. Oh, it got stuck. And I do try to kind of use a mixture, like throughout different videos of using stamping polish versus just my regular polish, because I know some, may have um, more access to stamping polish and some to regular polish or whatever. So I try to do a kind of an even, best I can, an even amount of both. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the green for the rest of the hat. Also, I had mentioned when I was finishing up my Christmas manis that I was gonna plan to push back some of them. So say like some that can be from winter time, I'm gonna push them to that. So there's still some little fun minis that are coming that you could consider for Christmas, winter time, whichever. So I got a list of things I want to get to. And see one little spot right here already. Okay, let's look. Okay, so the sweater, I think I'm going to do some of it in white. Also, I needed to mention if any of you decide to uh, be friends with me on Facebook, I have it linked in my description above. But I was going to let you know that I'm trying to be aware that for you all, it's your personal pages slash family pages. So I'm trying to be aware to not send back a friend request. So I don't I don't want to invade anybody's personal life, privacy, anything like that. So if you don't get one back from me, that is why. I just am being aware that for y'all it's personal, and for uh, mine it's just just like this, like nail stuff. So please don't be offended or anything. That's the reason. And if for some reason you would like one back, I am certainly more than happy to do so. Just let me know in the comments here, or message me over there. I'm also on Instagram. Now, if you have like, say, kind of a channel like mine, or what would I call that? Like a page that's more like business like, then I don't mind, I would send one back. But if it's your personal, I don't want to do that to you guys. So don't feel, I hope you'll still, friend me, um, and not feel like I'm just like ignoring you or anything. Okay, and I think I want to do most of this in yellow. I may do that top part, that little collar thing in the green. I don't know. I'll decide in a second. I see a piece of fuzz. All right, I think I got it. Listen, there's always gonna be some fuzz, some dog hair, some polish, some cotton, some stampers that need to be cleaned, which I noticed earlier, and I had to get my tape to, like, the underneath side, like that side. It gets caught up in there. I don't know how it gets in there, but it does. Always getting stuff all over my hands, but it just is part of it. If there's ever any kind of like brands or polish colors, that you would like for me to try, I'm open to suggestions. As long as, I can afford to do so, I'm happy to do that for you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I put some green on the top part because the others have some green. I feel like I need to pull in the green. At the same time, I'm kind of like, nothing else has green. Why did you do that? I don't know. So I don't know. I may end up putting, once I get it stamped down, I may add just a little bit of the green to the bottom part. Okay, so I'm going to pull in this plate. It's an Amazon plate as well. This image here reminds me of a sweater material. So I'm going to take Maniology's Yuletide Yellow B533 and we're just going to stamp it down. And I need to grab a stamper over here. Anytime I go to my clear ones, that means I've used up my other ones for the reverse stamping and they are sitting there. Okay, found the card, scraper, excuse me. That's a good sign. Also, it's heavy. So I think that could make a difference because the cards are, lighter, so they're easier to drop. But because of the material, it grabs the plate a little bit. So keep that in mind if you are interested in it. I'm trying to push to stretch this image out to get all from the top to the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna pull in this plate, which is new. I had done a video of it earlier. Um, it come with this to show a how-to stamp and this card. So that's neat. Now, I know some people like to hear the blue film come off. I personally don't, but just in case, here you go, friends. So I'm going to grab this image right here. It says we go together like the winter in a sweater. But I think I'm going to take off the little snow around it because I want that sweater design to be the main background. And I'm going to pick it up in Manual Optimism B399 to get the green in with that yellow color. Also, there's times that I'll have to just randomly pause, not when I don't expect it, because I'll have somebody come through or noise or whatever. So if anything ever seems off, that's why, because I had to pause it a while ago. All right. Oh boy, I'm not gonna get all these off. So what I'm gonna try to do is make it rounded looking. I can. Hold on. Okay, so I had to use the lint roller to kind of round it off, but I had to leave some of it on there. So since I took so long, I will probably need to use my um, sticky base in order to get it to stick on there right. So I'm going to set this aside. And so for the nail tips, I typically just use Color Vibe Clear. It's just a clear coat, and it's from Dollar Tree. And as long as it's tacky, you should be able to lay your image down. It makes it very similar to actual sticky base. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay this one down. Again, I repeat things just in case there's new friends here. I don't know who's heard me say things and who hasn't, so. Also, I know there's times I'll just film randomly because I just had to film when I can, friends, because I do have my family here. So if I'm ever like posting at a random time, that's probably why. Okay, let me see if I got this one ready. So I want to put this image on this nail. Okay, so I can't fit all that. What am I going to try to focus on here? Not to get the ice skate. Okay. At least get one of the gloves. Okay, so I'm gonna just peel this off. Okay, so I'll do the rest of it and be back. Okay, so I'm gonna place the hat at the top and the boots at the bottom. And then for this one, I'm gonna do, hmm, let's see how I can place. I'm gonna place the scarf and the gloves. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna fit the scarf. Ooh, I hope these will fit. Let's see how I can do this. And then the sweater, and I was mentioned I was gonna try to add some green to the lower area. So it don't need a lot, just a little bit. So I just put some of that green on my brush here. Oh, what the world was that? I think it is a piece of my brush. Don't worry, I did actually have to pick up some more brushes anyway, so I have some to replace. Rip. And they also just get worn out from usage. Okay, that is it, friends. So our winter weather wear, cold weather wear. Yeah, I couldn't remember how I said it earlier. So I unintentionally placed the boots here and the scarf here to have that tan color coming on either side instead of having it like side by side, or just to help um, have it, to go across. Sometimes when I do nails, I don't necessarily have a color theme in mind. I just go with it, which is like how this was. Now, sometimes I do have a color theme, but I don't know. I just kind of went with it. So we go together like the winter in a sweater. Then we got our hat and boots, and then a mixture, hat, boots, one glove showing, one sock or stocking, whatever it is, our little ice skate, the gloves and the scarf, and our sweater. So I hope you enjoyed this, even with all my rambling. I do really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I will link all of the Maniology products I used in the description box. And until the next one, have a blessed day. Bye.